Good afternoon, Mr. Sam Hauser of Rockstar Games and all divisions thereof, and Mr. Zelnick of Take-Two Interactive Software. My name is Aaron Tweedy, and I reside in the state of New Hampshire. Over the past 6 months, I have endured a very drastic transition in my life, which I certainly did not expect. Losing my father, Gerald Edward the Bull Tweedy, my father, my chum, my pal, a very, very integral part of my life, passed very suddenly from acute cardiac arrest on the 13th of September, 2021. From that point forward, my life really went into turmoil, and it affected my mother profoundly, as well as my little sister, Alyssa Tweedy. From that point, my mother spiraled out of control. She took on spiritualism and mediumships, and ultimately tried to find a spiritual relationship, sustain a spiritual relationship with my father. The months that followed were very, very unspeakable things transpired, and were very, very left an indelible mark on my life as well as the life of my sister. In 2021, my mother had a 5-month stint in the hospital, in which she was going from hospital to hospital, and the hope was for me that she would better herself and that her spiritual problem would not to say be alleviated, but she would be on better terms with herself, and it would not continue to affect, my health, my sister's health, and our family thereof. Very, very regretfully, things took a turn for the worse, and my mother lost control of my sister as an independent contractor, a social worker of sorts, not a social worker, a paid caretaker. After that has transpired, I ultimately took over as my sister's caretaker, and adopted the very, very, very strong role, a multifaceted role of somewhere between a mother, father, warrior, and vigilante. From there, I met multiple individuals, spoke with multiple individuals, and literally blew out my lungs, that is to say, talked and talked and talked about this story that would cross to 30 ears or 30 eyes would see. This included social workers, police officers, emergency medical technicians, emergency medical clinicians, and family members as well. Through this ordeal, my family was there for me thick and through, and I am grateful for all of their love and support, and truly their words, kind gestures, and everything that they could put out did help to keep me stable through those hellish and trying times of my life. On the 29th of July, Alyssa and myself took to our own life. We got out from the roof that was falling, that was crashing, that was burning, and my mother, who was in turn herself crashing and burning. It had become to the point where she was so emotionally unstable that she could not control herself, yet alone man up and take care of herself and my sister. It became very, very turbulent, and the police were contacted multiple times in this regard. Undoubtedly, it became very, very frustrating because I came to the police department or 911 is certainly not those persons that you want to have on speed dial. That happened, unfortunately, for myself and my sister. To speak of the conditions of the household, it was not good at all. My sister was deprived of sleep, had sponge baths, and was not in good order. Nothing was in order whatsoever, and my sleeping environment became my own vehicle, which I captured multiple times. I put the vehicle through its paces. The gas went, and so did my patience, and my health did not deteriorate, but it certainly suffered. My heart knocked on my chest every single day that I was in presence of that. And I would record video after video after video of that occurred. I had a wonderful neighbor by the name of Mr. Dick Kelly. A wonderful man, a great neighbor, who took to understanding my frustration, sympathized with me, and would come over at times in my driveway and talk it out with me, so that I had an outlet, and that I felt safe. And he would ask me, Aaron, what can I do? He went off to a trip in Maine. He said, what can I do before I go off on this trip to ensure that you and your sister are going to be okay? And I said, well, sir, I'm not sure. But all I know is that this cannot go on longer. And lo and behold, on the 29th of July, it was that day that my mother, unfortunately, very unfortunately, God bless her, I love her dearly, and my sister loves her dearly, we always will. But she had to learn a reality check and take on a reality check. And Alyssa and myself left the house permanently. My sister required guardianship, which I'm grateful for. The judge saw it my way, and it was fantastic. From there, my sister and I would travel to various establishments, various hotels, and do a hotel hopping all across Interstate 93. Initially, it would be a wonderful caretaker whose name I will respectfully withhold. But she was wonderful in and of herself, and she transported us to and from our destination, as I was much too afraid to take to the highway, but I assure you, that changed. In the hotel trails, me and my sister have experienced a wonderful growth experience, and we've learned to lean on each other and count on each other and be there for each other and walk another day and earn another stripe and be stronger and resilient. We've captured videos, we've captured moments, and I have said to my sister so majestically every day, my dear, you will not forget the story, this journey, when you are transferred into a shared family living environment. As sad as it is, with the passing of my father, I need to make sure that my sister is in a good place. Shared family living will facilitate just that. A wonderful provider. And having my sister live the life that my father wanted her to live. Happy, positive, and prosperous, as well as having social interaction, as well as enjoying all her birthdays, holidays, and special surprises thereof. As wonderful as a man my father was, being there for her, unconditionally giving the shirt off his back, singing to her, imitating all her favorite characters and her special, characters like Bulkhead from Transformers Prime Animated, and singing, and having a wonderful bedside manner. That is what he would want. So Rockstar Games, Mr. Sam Hauser, Mr. Strauss Zelnick of Take Two Interactive Software. That's what I'm doing now. Every day I make that my mission. And I worry about my heart, I worry about my health, because my father passed from cardiac arrest. On his side of the family, those conditions were prominent. Coronary heart disease, stress, hypertension, stroke, diabetes. It is nothing to mess around with. I want to make sure that I don't have to go upstairs like my father did far too early, because the Lord took him too early. And while the wonderful thing is that he is at peace, he's missed dearly and tremendously. I say to my father every day, I love you, pal. Miss you terribly. And you're gone too soon. Because you're just gone too soon. I think of a wonderful photograph of me and him at a Chuck E. Cheese restaurant in 1998 or 1997, circa 1997, 1998. He's looking at me, and he has this most endearing expression on his face, and there's nothing but love coming from him, and he's using his pulse of ambition. And I look at him, and there's a father-to-son relationship, the likes of which nothing can destroy. Nothing ever did. He gave me tough love and love, but you know what? He busted his ass. And he did that to get to where he needed to be. He and my mother were soulmates, and she was enough for her to change. And then he built his family, and he gave all to his family. And when that beautiful baby girl, sitting in the next room of this hotel, was held in his arms for the first time, he was saying to himself, you know what? This little girl's something special. I'm not going to let you come to harm. I'm going to love you every single day. And that's how he talked. The father was calculated. You knew his presence before you saw him. But you respected him. You respected his spite. You respected his story. He was a managerial type, working at Club and Wire and Cable, near Massachusetts. He would then work at Zero Waste Recycling Services, Bow, New Hampshire, as well as Casella Waste Systems, an organization called ERCO, and he busted and busted and busted his ass every single day. He said, you're not going to take me down. I'm not going to back down, look the other way. You can go 10 rounds with me, but I won't hesitate to go 11 rounds with you. And that was my father. A bull, a prize fighter. Everybody loved him. It's been a hellish time, but I'm so grateful that everything that has happened led us to this moment. It's been tiring times. It's been trying times, but it is rewarding all the same. In the videos on my YouTube channel, I've talked about Grand Theft Auto 6, as well as Mr. Benzie's passion project and virtual reality simulation experience everywhere. I congratulate Mr. Benzie's and Build Rock Boy Games on the continued work and progress on what will be a fantastic experience and platform over this world. I say to you, Rockstar Games, Mr. Hauser, all personnel thereof, I wish you the very best in Grand Theft Auto 6. And all that it can be, all that it can be. But in closing, of all that you have heard, if you continue to watch this video and see what I'm all about as X6BIII, a hero in the shadows, I aim to be a hero in the shadows. And that's why I ask you to do me see if you can do me a major favor. But I will do you a major favor, and then maybe you can do me a major favor. I would like to help you with Grand Theft Auto 6, the full development and delivery of this passion project. I would like to do this by labeling my vehicle accordingly with something to disguise Grand Theft Auto 6. And what I will do is I will go around, I will spin my wheels, and I will get the word out. And I will bust my ass every single day to do that. And in turn, take that pressure off you. With an incredible marketing strategy, going nose to the grindstone every single day, so that all may know what is truly forthcoming. I will do this every single day, and I would ask of you that afterwards I will be paid for my efforts, in my initiative, in my campaign. If any of these numbers sound appropriate to you, via check or electronic funds transfer, EFT, I will truly, truly be grateful. $10 billion, $30 billion, $50 billion, or $80 billion. If any of those figures to you sound feasible, God bless you, and I will thank you so, so very much. And on the day that transpires, I will take all my pulse in my heart, and I will cry right in my sister's, that beautiful baby girl's arms. I will look her in the eye, and I will say, Alyssa, your brother made it. You're somewhere between a mother, father, warrior, vigilante, made it. People that call me ugly, people call me a loser, it wouldn't last, wouldn't fade, or eventually it would fade. And I always truly believed that I had something within me. And my father told me every single time, the simplest but strongest of words that stick. You can do anything you put your heart and your mind to. He was always there for me, loving me and hugging me whenever he could. When he gave me tough love, and he said, son, you need a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're going to go down a bad road. And certainly I respected that and respect that more now than ever. So Mr. Hauser of Rockstar Games, all divisions, Mr. Zelnick of Take-Two Interactive Software. This is my dream. And if truly I can make this happen, I will be a living example that you can take a little bit of something and pioneer amazing. And that you don't have to be a celebrity, a TikTok star, an athlete, somebody of that caliber to win the fame life. And maybe then I can inspire others to do the same. And I should mention that I have directed my own company called XXP Games, but it's more of a movement than a company, and it inspires dreamers, stargazers, and voyagers all across this expanse, all across Google's Earth. So if there are any Rockstars watching, any Rockets watching, I'd like to earn the respect of your entire organization one by one and have this dream and this miracle take place. I thank you so very much for watching. I hope for the best, and may you all be about your mission. Have a fantastic day.